Welcome back. Today we're diving into Speakeazy Exposed, a really strong psychological and media analysis of the host Speakeazy, using his own transcripts.
Yeah, this piece is quite something. It's got a fantastic foundation, really rich source material to work with, especially those song lyrics. Very revealing.
Absolutely. The analysis hits the key points, the control, the contradictions, the psychology, but I think we can sharpen it.
Make it hit harder?
Exactly. We need to nail down the core mechanisms right away. How he actually runs that whole environment.
Right. It's about the operational side of control. He's not just talking. He's actively managing people, structuring interactions.
So the analysis needs to sharpen its focus on how Speakeazy operationalizes psychological control by creating these formalized, repeatable structures of social hierarchy and ridicule.
Okay, yeah. And I think the submission sees these structures, but maybe not their full weight, like how routine, how institutionalized they become.
That's the weakness. It mentions the tools, the humor, the ridicule, but it doesn't fully unpack how these specific segments, the regular bits, actually define the social ranking, how they condition behavior in that speakeasy ecosystem.
It misses that key step, doesn't it? Making the manipulation itself a core, expected part of the whole show.
Yes, it's not just that he uses ridicule, it's that he's built an administrative system around it. That's the real target for analysis here.
Because if everyone expects it, panel included, then they start to normalize his power, right? His power to judge, to rank.
Exactly. So the suggestion is frame these segments not just as, funny moments or entertainment. See them as structured, predictable tools.
Tools for social engineering?
For enforcing conformity.
Precisely. They're compliance mechanisms disguised as content.
Okay, so let's get concrete. Goofy of the day.
Right. Analyze that not just as a joke, but as a public shaming ritual. It explicitly targets people, guests, panelists sometimes, for, well, whatever failing he picks, moral, intellectual.
And that sets an example. It creates this low-key fear, maybe, like, I don't want to be next.
Absolutely. And that fear breeds conformity. You self-censor if you think crossing him means public ridicule. It's a pretty effective soft control, actually.
Okay, cynical, but effective. What about the hot seat?
The analysis notes the vulnerability aspect of the roast, which is good. But it needs to emphasize the lightning rounds that follow.
Ah, because they prioritize speed, quick emotional answers? Yes. Over-considered, deep discussion, it stops guests from building a strong counter-argument.
So the structure itself keeps him in charge. He runs the clock, he sets the pace, keeps things superficial, maybe, ensures he retains that administrative power.
It's designed for heat, not light, and he controls the thermostat.
We could also bring in his preferences, like requiring cameras on.
Definitely. He cites that disadvantage thing from the transcript. But it also creates this visual hierarchy, right? He controls the stage. Anyone without a camera is less present, less visible.
Less authoritative. Yeah. It's subtle control.
So that's the institutionalized control angle, making people conform through fear and these game structures.
And that leads pretty directly into the next big thing, doesn't it? The contradictory persona. The whole neutral moderator act versus, well, reality.
It does. And the link there is the why. Why keep up this unstable performance? What's the payoff for being hypocritical?
To maximize impact, the exposé must explicitly connect Speakeazy's contradictory persona, the proclaimed neutral moderator versus the active chaos agent, directly to the business model of the digital attention economy.
Right. The analysis points out the hypocrisy. That "oops, I'm biased again" line is gold. But I think it downplays the commercial logic.
Treats it more like a character flaw.
Yeah, rather than seeing it as a deliberate revenue strategy, which the evidence suggests it is.
Okay, so the risk is missing the economic engine here. The suggestion then?
Dedicate a specific section just to the rhetorical performance. Use his own words. He gives us so much to show how chaos and conflict are basically monetized commodities.
Stuff needed for engagement, for clips, for growth.
Exactly. And the examples are right there. Those parody lyrics are key. Use them. I say I'm neutral. I swear that I'm fair, but 5 seconds in, I'm already in there.
It lays it bare, doesn't it? The performance of neutrality.
Pair that with his explicit admissions. Chaos is my thrill. Or, I don't need a fair discussion, just clips for my next rush. That moves it from personal critique to media strategy analysis.
It confirms the performance is optimized for, maximum virality, maximum content churn.
And analyze that comment about needing the exposing scammer stuff early on. Remember, nobody really cares about you until you start saying shit about people.
Linking the conflict directly to growth, to survival in that digital space.
It's framed as a necessity. And then to really hammer the money connection?
The financial language.
Yes. The dono bars popping up, the grift time, the here comes the money calls right after or before some big confrontation.
Wow. Yeah. That shows the direct conversion. Drama equals cash.
It shows he sees conflict not just as a byproduct, but as the product itself, ready for sale.
Engineered drama, engagement, revenue. It's the attention economy playbook.
A digital attention trap, absolutely. The analysis needs to frame it exactly like that.
Okay, solid. Now, the third area, this performance, this control, the monetization, it has to come from somewhere psychologically.
Right, that performance of intellectual superiority, the constant need to be the smartest guy in the room.
A crucial element of the psychological profile is exploring whether Speakeazy's aggressive assertion of absolute authority and unmatched logic functions as rhetorical strength or a compensatory defense mechanism against fundamental insecurity.
This submission touches on insecurities, yeah, but it needs more precision. Psychoanalyzing that constant need to claim victory, the final word, I'm the one who names the elephant, I break your stance, I'll be the last.
It feels like overcompensation, doesn't it? Like he's trying too hard to convince everyone, maybe himself too.
So the suggestion is, probe that performance of superiority as maybe masking vulnerability. And contrast it, this is key, contrast the hyper-competitiveness with moments where he actually admits needing help or failing.
Shatter the myth of the lone genius?
Exactly. And we have examples for that too. Contrast the big talk with admissions of, say, vulnerability, like that line about Andrew. Without you, I'd still be streaming to 6 people in a bot.
Oh, right. That undercuts the whole unmatched authority image completely. Shows dependence. That's powerful.
And the failure of that UVC thing he tried, because he took it on while I had so many other things going on. That's him admitting limits.
Which directly contradicts the unmatched logic persona. These moments of honesty or vulnerability, they're analytical gold.
They're the way in. And maybe look at the style too. The shouting in the song, breaking through silence.
Is that a psychological need? Drown out others before they can point out his flaws? Projection, maybe?
Could be. And look how fast he jumps to really nasty personal insults. Degenerate, Looney Tune, all that. When the argument gets tough.
So the aggression isn't just being mean, it's a tactic. Shut down the challenge before he loses face. Maintain the illusion of being logical by just ending the debate.
Yeah. Choose insult over actually engaging with the idea.
Okay, so putting all that together, it moves the critique from just listing bad behavior to explaining the whole system. The psychology, the economics, the vulnerabilities driving the performance.
Exactly. These deeper layers are what will give the expose real punch, real insight.
Yeah, the source material is strong, but these refinements could make it, well, devastatingly effective.
So, to recap for the listener, 3 core opportunities we've identified to strengthen this. First, reframing those regular segments, goofy of the day, hot seat, not just as fun bits, but as tools. Tools for institutionalized psychological control and social engineering.
Second, really connecting the dots between that contradictory persona, the neutral guy who loves chaos, and the money. Using his own words, his songs, the financial cues, to show it's a calculated business model. Chaos for cash, basically.
And third, digging deeper into the psychology. Analyzing that aggressive, unmatched logic posture, not just as arrogance, but potentially as a defense mechanism.
contrasting the boasts with the rare moments of admitted vulnerability or failure to reveal what might be driving it all.
Implementing these layers, the structural control, the financial motive, the psychological defense, that's what will elevate this from a good critique to a really high-impact media analysis. It fully uses the richness of the evidence.
Absolutely. We really encourage the listener to integrate these steps, sharpen that analysis.
And please, submit the revised material back. We'd be keen to see how it evolves.